G'day everyone. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for taking the videos. As it's the last session today, I'm just going to make it a short one. You've got the option to ask questions at the end, or you can just shoot off back to your rooms and get ready for dinner. So I'm going to run you through Holroyd Council's asbestos collection program and the education that we do in conjunction with that. Don't want to bog you down with the boring details. Holroyd City Council, we're in Sydney, out near Parramatta. You probably all know where that is. Got a very diverse population. There's about 105,000 of us. Most importantly to this presentation, we're in the asbestos belt. Doesn't look like a belt, it looks like a blob, but that orange section there indicates that houses in the area, well, over 30% of houses in the area are clad with asbestos. So we ran a free asbestos collection trial. And it was initially trialled to test a few different ideas. That residents had pieces of bonded asbestos just laying about their house. That these were small pieces of asbestos, not large amounts of stripped asbestos. Residents were worried about the material, didn't know what to do with it, and that they needed a disposal solution. And one of my team came up with the ideas that we'd do a collection as opposed to a drop-off, which had been trialled in Western Australia, basically because we didn't want them to have to handle the material again. We set a few conditions. The asbestos has to be bonded. It already has to be removed from the premises because we didn't want to encourage people to start demolishing their house, thinking that council would take it away for free. So then came the next one. It had to be under 10 metres squared, which is in conjunction with the work cover guidelines. And the material had to be easily accessed by our contractor, so we weren't going to send a bloke crawling under your house to fish out 40-year-old bits of asbestos. Oh, and I missed that slide. I apologise. So we had a few outcomes that we wanted to achieve. The first was get asbestos out of Holroyd. And that was going to help us to improve the health and safety of the community, improve the knowledge of the community about asbestos, release the burden as properties changed hands. So we noticed a lot of houses were being sold with piles of asbestos shoved behind garages and under houses. We wanted to get rid of that stuff. And we wanted to reduce the inappropriate disposal of asbestos in council's garbage bins and clean-up material. This is the kind of small-scale asbestos dumps we got. So you just see a small amount. And then you'll see that it looks a lot like the asbestos collections of what we would collect from these people's premises. So that's what we were hoping to get rid of, the small amounts. The larger larger dumps of asbestos generally come from contractors, and we weren't engaging them on that in this instance. Here are some other examples of asbestos just being dumped in Holroyd. There's the first one again. This is some of the stuff that we found at houses. So just small bits wrapped up in plastic, you know, stuck by the fence, out the front of the house, down the side of the house. That's in some collection material. And a few more. I'll just shoot through these. There's the back of our collection truck, so that's what the end of one of our collections looks like. That's the fella that collects. You can see why we don't want him going under a house. Sorry, that was a bit rude. He's a lovely man though. So this is the bit I get chuffed about. We've had 18 collection days. We've taken almost 19 tonnes of asbestos from 257 properties. And the unexpected result is that this has cost council in the vicinity of $6,000. However, if each of those 257 properties had dropped their own bit of asbestos at the tip, paid the minimum gate fee, it would have cost either $62,000 or $40,000. So we saved the community a whole lot of money. That was it's a really good day when statistics turn out like that. We asked the people who used the program some questions. So the material had been stored on average 20, 30 or 40 years. Had been a few 1 or 2 years. Most respondents said they were willing to pay, but sort of no more than the $50 mark. A few said no, they weren't willing to pay. And then the big one for us is what had stopped them from disposing of it previously. The majority said cost. A few said they didn't know how to transport it. Some said they didn't know how to dispose of it. And just the last column is people just didn't know anything about it. Too hard basket, chuck it under the house and sort it out later. We ran some more evaluation, just got the feedback over the phone. I won't read through them all. They're all pretty glowing, except for the one bloke where we refused to pick up his stuff. That was most scathing, but we asked him, and that's the important thing. Okay, so what did we learn from this process? We wanted to test if this service was wanted by our community. The answer is yes. We learned that there were many different barriers to getting rid of your small amounts of asbestos from residential premises. One of the things that I was happy about, and that most people in council would argue with, is that I believe that most people won't be dodgy. They don't want to do the wrong thing. However, from a council approach, everyone goes, you've got to worry about those people first. But we found out overwhelmingly that most of the people that used our service wanted to get rid of it and were doing the right thing. We also found out that our community does need this service. All right, now I'm going to run you through our education program. This is the one I really want to push. asbestosanswers.com.au. I need you to remember that because I want you all to use that. We built this website to get information out to the community that wasn't already out there. So this isn't going against the other asbestos websites. This is working in conjunction with it at a local government level. So asbestosanswers.com.au. What we've done is we've just answered a lot of questions that we get asked at a local government level. So this one, for example, what to do if my neighbour's demolishing a house and I don't know if he's doing the right job. Yeah, who do I call, work cover or council? A lot of people get bounced around councils a fair bit trying to answer that question we found. Do I need approval to do these kind of works? You'll also find the answers to these questions on asbestosanswers.com.au. You'll remember, yeah. There's the obligatory disposal information. As we saw from our survey, a lot of people said they didn't know how to get rid of it, so we answered those questions. And then we also try to make it fun. You look at a lot of the other asbestos education websites and it's watch out, this stuff will kill you, negative, bad, and it'll make you tune out eventually. So the person that developed this, Brooke Lippman, fantastic, you can call her council if you like. She wanted to give this a different twist. So you can even walk through a little asbestos sort of choose your own adventure game, answer questions, little blurbs will pop up to help you along the way. They'll give you the correct answer, the wrong answer. It's all very pretty too, I reckon. So does Brooke. And then congratulations at the end. You finish the game, you put in your details, and for a short period of time we'll send out a little pack. So that's asbestosanswers.com.au. So that's I really want you to go home with that. asbestosanswers.com.au. We built that so everyone can use it. There's very little Holroyd branding on it. You can flick it out. At the end there'll be Holroyd and New South Wales EPA, you know, has to be there, but for all intents and purposes you can use it for any council. One of the other things we do is the asbestos information nights. We know people are going to go out there and do their own handiwork on asbestos. I know you're not supposed to, it's a bad idea, but we know you're going to do it. So we engage an occupational hygienist to show these people how to identify asbestos, how to properly handle it, and then at the end of it we give them a kit to do it if they want to do it. But through the whole thing we say you shouldn't be doing it. But let's be honest, you've got to help these people out. One interesting thing is though, so one of those nights, you get about 20 people there. It will cost the same amount of money as one collection event. So it's way up what you want there. This is my last slide, so get your questions ready. So what are we doing next with asbestos? We're doing two things, one in conjunction with WESROC and the New South Wales EPA. We're running the WESRAD scheme, which is trying to remove larger amounts of asbestos, and we're trialling that. We'll see how that goes. At the moment it's doing quite well. And we're also launching a new brand of Fight the Dust, and that's how we're going to push our website. All right, thank you very much.